And that's Leisure Suit Larry 1. Leisure Suit Larry in the Land of the Lounge Lizards. Alliteration for the win. Um, as you can see, that was the remake. There is so much stuff in that game. You can spend hours just clicking every possible action on every possible object in the game, and there is comedy there. It is absurd the amount of comedy that they have crammed into that game. I can't recommend enough. Buy it. Get it on Steam. Get it wherever you can. Buy it. Play it. It's fun. The princess, obviously not here with me, she made me promise never to put her face in any of these videos because she's very shy that way. So, but I think I will go ahead and have her continue with me for the rest of the games, at least until I change my mind. The next game after Leisure Suit Larry 1 is, surprisingly, Leisure Suit Larry 2. Leisure Suit Larry looking for love in several wrong places. 2 is a beast. 2 is heavily problematic. The story is good. The humor is good. Playing the game itself is rough. And there's a reason for that. The main reason is, back when this game came out, computers didn't really have hard drives, at least not like they do today. So the game did not install onto the hard drive. You ran the game off of a series of floppy disks. And in order to save people having to swap out disks constantly while they're playing the game, this game was made very sequentially. The entire game is divided into segments. And once you leave one portion, once you leave one area, little world, to go to the next, you cannot go back. So the idea was you play disc 1, then you get to the end of disc 1, you play disc 2, you get to the end, which is fine, except frequently you'll find that you're on disc 2 and you forgot to pick up an item from the area in disc 1. And thus, it's not so much game over as you simply can't proceed. And in an adventure game, it's even harder to figure out that you're stuck like that, because an adventure game is basically go everywhere, pick up everything, click everything on everything, and see what happens. Obviously, you can use some logic, but when you get stuck, you just start clicking everything on everything. So it can take a long time to realize I can't move forward because I forgot to pick up something an hour ago that I need now. Now, most games nowadays, if they were laid out like that, would make it so that you couldn't proceed to Part 2 unless you had all the items you needed from Part 1. There'd be a little, you're not ready to go yet, make sure you've done everything you need to do, sort of thing. Larry 2 did not have that at all. So frequently, you would end up not having an item on you that you needed. And depending on the last time you saved the game, you may have to start the game over. If you saved it right when you got to the new area, well, you're screwed. You can't go back. There's also one particular punishment in this game that I think is absurdly cruel. Because the maxim of an adventure game is pick up everything that's not nailed down. There is one item in the game, and I'll show you when we get there, but if you pick it up and you just hold on to it, you die. But you get points for picking it up. So what you got to do is you got to pick it up, and then you have a very itty-bitty window where you have to throw it away. And if you don't know you have to do it, you're just going to die. And lastly, the game contains a lot of hidden timer sections. At the end of a lot of the things, right before you're going to swap discs, a timer kicks in, but you don't know it. And now you have to accomplish whatever you have left to do in that area before the timer runs out, and you die. But you don't know there's a timer. And so again, if you save the game in the middle of that hidden timer running, you're probably going to die and have to start over from the very beginning. It is an unforgiving game. Al Lowe has said frequently that Larry 2 is the one he would most like to redo to fix some of these flaws. There's also, it's a text interface, you type in, pick up the passport or whatever. So we're going back to that interface, although if you look online, you can find somebody did adapt it to the action bar interface, you know, where you cycle through walk, touch, smell, whatever. They did put that in. You can download that version. But I'm not going to play that. I'm going to play the regular original Larry 2. And I got to be honest, I don't like Larry 2 that much. Because of the problems I've mentioned. It's very hard to play. I'm basically going to have a walkthrough. And I'm just going to play the walkthrough straight. And even then, I guarantee you I'm going to die. In fact, an LP might be the best way to enjoy Larry 2. Because like I said, the story's good. The comedy's good. Playing it's a bitch. So I'll play it for you. There's also not voice acting, so I've talked the princess into doing the female voices, and I'll do the narration in the male voices. Neither one of us are voice actors, and while I may separate the voices a little bit character-wise, she's probably not going to, so deal. Larry 2 is a very popular game amongst the fans, but all of the fans are going to admit it is unforgiving. It is harsh. It is mean. It is cruel. I'm not looking forward to this. But at least there'll be some laughs along the way. See you there.